Hey guys, Alyssa and Nicole here. Today we're going to break down the stimulus checks that the government's supposedly going to be sending out to everybody. We're going to answer we're going to answer everybody's questions on how much you'll get, when to expect to receive it, all that good stuff. So, one thing first, we want to reiterate that we're not attorneys. We're not giving you legal advice. This is just our interpretation of what we've researched, and we want to share our knowledge with you. But if you have more detailed questions, definitely ask the advice of an attorney or a tax accountant based off of your specific situation. So, Nicole, why don't you start us off?
Perfect. So the first question we've been hearing is, how large will the payments be?
Yeah, so most adults will get $1,200. Some will get less depending on how much they earn, and we'll get into that. For every qualifying child 16 or under, the payments, you'll get an additional $500. So if you qualify for the 1,200 and you have one kid, you'll get 1,700 total.
Sweet. What about how many payments? Are we getting more than one or just one?
As of right now, just one.
Okay. Well, bummer, but it is.
So can you get into how we know if we'll get the full amount? What are the qualifying?
So it's going to depend on your income. First off, you got to have Social Security valid. If you're single and you're making less than $75,000, you're going to get the full amount. If you're married, no kids, and you're earning $150K or less combined, you're going to get $2,400 total.
Okay, so 75, just to make sure everybody gets it. It's $75K per person is the max, and then after that, it'll start to decrease.
Yes.
Okay.
If you've filed as head of the household and you're earning $112,500 or less, you're getting full amount.
So if you are single parents.
Yes. So anything over $75K, the payment's going to decrease on a sliding scale until it stops altogether. So single people, your cap is $99K. Married people, your cap with no children, to specify, is $198K. So the payment's going to fall by $5 every $100 that you made. We're going to attach a link at the bottom here to a nifty little calculator that you can check out what you'll receive. The other two stipulations that we've heard of is that if you have two kids and you made over 218, you're not getting shit. There are a couple exceptions for members of the military, and we'll include those in the links below as well.
Perfect. What if you're a college student? Do you get?
So not if anybody's claiming you as a dependent on their tax return. So usually students under the age of 24 are dependents in the eyes of taxing authorities if your parent's paying for at least half of your expenses.
Okay, perfect.
That being said, another question we're looking at is when we're looking at income, what year's income should we be looking at?
Yeah, so 2019, if you filed your tax return, you want to go off of 2019. If you haven't filed it yet, then you can go off of 2018. If you haven't filed that yet, then you can go to the Social Security website, look up your statement of what your employer has reported to the IRS, and you go based off of that.
Then shame on you, basically.
Yeah. Get that shit filed.
What about applying? Do you have to apply to receive this payment, or are we just going to get it?
No, it's supposedly going to be automatic. If you're worried about it, you can look up and see what the last tax return you've used. We'll put a link to a website where you can look up your most recent information, but they're going to go based off of what you've filed and the information you've provided.
Okay. What about when are we going to receive the payment?
So Secretary Steven Mnuchin has said that we can expect the payments around April 17th. That's pretty much if you have the direct deposit set up. If you don't and you're going to wait for a paper check, we're not really sure yet.
Okay. What if I'm bad and haven't filed my tax returns lately? Is that going to affect my ability to receive a payment?
Yeah, it could. You should get that filed ASAP in order to get a payment.
Okay. Am I going to get dinged if I just file all my taxes now?
So the IRS has been quick to reassure people they're not going to end up owing tax just because they're filing their returns now. They're just trying to make it easier for people to receive this payment, and you do have to have some tax returns over the last 2 years or 3 years on file in order for them to even know you exist, basically, and get these checks. So if you're worried about money that you back owe or anything like that, you should talk to a tax attorney or a certified accountant.
Okay, sounds good.
Will most people who are receiving Social Security, retirement, and disability payments each month also get a check?
Yes, they will.
Sweet. And what if eligible unemployed people, what if people have already qualified for unemployment? Will they get checks?
Yeah, you're still going to get a check.
Okay, what about veterans?
Also, yes.
What if you're a U.S. citizen living abroad?
So yes, if you're a U.S. citizen living abroad, you're still going to get the payment as long as you meet the income requirements and have a valid Social Security number.
Perfect. If my payment doesn't come, what should I do?
So according to the bill, you will get a paper notice in the mail no later than a few weeks after the payment has been dispersed to either your account or a check in the mail. And that notice is going to contain information about where that payment went. So like we just said, if it went to your mail, it's going to say that it was delivered in check form. If it was put straight into your bank account, it's going to say that as well. So the notice is also going to contain information. If you don't have it, it's going to tell you exactly what the number is for the IRS to call them and find out where your money is.
I'm sure there won't be any holding time on that call at all.
Waiting 7 hours.
We're going to put a link to a website where you can check the IRS and see what information they have on file. So if you've moved recently or you've switched bank accounts, you can update that information online before these checks hopefully go out. So,
okay.
Another question, do you have to pay taxes on these payments? You have to include that in your tax return.
As of right now, no. That's what we know. But another question that we have here is, if my income tax refunds are currently being garnished because of student loan default, is this payment going to be garnished as well? What do we know about that?
No, as of right now, they're basically suspending almost all efforts for the IRS to garnish tax refunds to repay debts, and also including the IRS. So if you owe back taxes, they're suspending those garnishments as well. But it may not apply to people who are behind on child support. So, so that's about it. Hey, yo, baby mama is kind of the lesson on that one. But if you guys have any other specific questions about your situation, we would love to answer them. We'd love feedback on if these videos are helping. So be sure to subscribe, comment below, reach out to us on any of our social media platforms so that we can answer your questions on the next video. And we will be back soon with more info on the CARES Act.
Sweet. Talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.